The KU football program added to its 2023 high school recruiting class on Wednesday evening, landing a verbal commitment from three-star defensive lineman Blake Herold. Herold's a recruit that KU really started to push for this summer, and the coaches found out about the Iowa native through a connection that Oscar Rodriguez has. Rodriguez is a defensive analyst for KU, and he joined the staff in February after spending a few years with the Akron program. So Rodriguez had a connection with one of Herold's high school coaches there in Shenandoah, Iowa, and KU asked him to come down for a high school camp. While on campus, Herold caught the attention of KU football's coaches, and they asked him to come back when the recruiting period opened up again here in July, and Herold and his family made the trip down from Shenandoah to Lawrence on Tuesday afternoon to see campus, spend time around the coaches, and it was during that visit that KU extended an offer to Herold. It didn't take long for Herold to take it either, as playing close to home and playing at a Power Five program are two really big things for him. And on Wednesday, he gave the KU football staff his commitment. When you look at his recruiting profile, Herold doesn't have a flashy offer list. He picks KU over offers from North Dakota, North Dakota State, and Northern Iowa. And in terms of his high school ranking, he's ranked as the number 177 defensive lineman and the number 23 player in the state of Iowa in the class of 2023. And it's worth noting that the class in Iowa is a deep one this season with a lot of Power Five talent. So you're looking at Herold being a more developmental prospect for KU over the next 4 to 5 years. He's someone that's grown a lot during his time in high school. When he showed up to Shenandoah as a freshman, he said he weighed 180 pounds and was 6'3". And entering his senior season now, he's 6'4", 245 pounds. Those were his measurements on the KU visit earlier this week. And so you're looking at him transforming his body during high school, and that's likely what's going to happen in college. KU program under Matt Gildersleeve is really going to look to add weight to him and have him play on the interior of KU's defensive line. You're looking at that group, the defensive tackles group specifically, as being one of the older groups on the roster, and KU set to lose a bunch of those players after the 2022 season. So KU is replenishing with high school talent. And that's what Herold will end up playing, is that three technique on the defensive line for KU. When you look at his film and his production, Herold played on both sides of the ball for Shenandoah last season. On offense, you can see some of his versatility and his athleticism overall. He had 60 receptions, which was number 11 in the state of Iowa. And you can see some of the traits that KU would be able to latch onto and think that, hey, maybe this guy can be able to move really well when he add weight. He's a really good athlete. You can see that with the way he catches the ball and runs routes as a tight end. And then on the defensive side of the ball, he's not someone that's played a bunch of defensive line in his high school career. He spent a lot of his time as a linebacker, and then last season transferred to be more of a outside linebacker, defensive end type of player. And he had a lot of production as a result. He had 73 tackles, 14 and a half tackles for loss last season. Both of those ranked in the top 100 players in high school football in Iowa last year as well. So overall, you're looking at Herold being a developmental prospect for KU and is KU's seventh commitment in the class of 2023. And he joins Tony Terry as KU's 2 defensive line commits so far. And Herold long-term projects to play defensive tackle. Tony Terry will likely play on the outside as a defensive end. So we have plenty of content up on fog.net covering Herold's commitment. We have an interview with him for anyone to read that's on the website. We also have analysis from our national recruiting analyst, Alan True, and some thoughts from myself on what this means for KU's defensive line recruiting as a whole in this class. As always, stay tuned to fog.net for the latest KU football, KU basketball, and recruiting coverage.